Welcome to Jacksonville, Alabama, a hidden gem a few miles from the border of Georgia and home to the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State, where these fans are fired up for this showdown about to play out on Burgess Snow Field. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Kennesaw State Owls, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Jacksonville. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Quick strike complete. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. They'll run this play from the pistol. He'll come out throwing on first down. Finds his tight end. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. This offense has a second down play. Movement here from the tight end. Looking to pass on second down. Finds his man down the middle. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Looking to move it through the air. Flushed out of the pocket. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10 here. They want to just keep throwing it. Scrambling away. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
Got his man quickly. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
4th and short. I already...
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. They'll throw it on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is intercepted. Looking for more room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's just excellent.
Guys, we're about to see this Kennesaw State offense go back to work. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Catch in the middle. It's Kent. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
One of the things I love about this defense.
Here comes the offense on first down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They'll throw it on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And that pass is intercepted. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33. Line gets set, first down. He wants to throw. He's got the back in the middle. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. He's back to throw on second down. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Looking to throw for it. They're trying to get to it. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
I know it's early in this game, but man, this defense has had their...
The offense set for a first down play. Trying to set the tone with the run. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Kennesaw State right back to work. On second down, they'll take to the air. Feeling some heat. And this sophomore quarterback learning when to use his legs to move the chains. They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. Ready to fire from the pistol. They've been running it, but now the pass. He's going to take off. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Fires to the tight end. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They want to throw it. Getting some heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Coming after it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces into the end zone. The offense lining up for a first down play. Trying to start the drive with a pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. A full dive to haul that one in. So after the huge chunk play, they've got it first and goal from the 10. Quarterback will audible. Comes out throwing on first down. He's got it on the run. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the back. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Snap in the shotgun. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Trying to get to him. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. 3rd and goal, where the fire purifies and separates contenders and pretenders. He got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Kennesaw State.
And how about that? His 2nd receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better.
First down for this offense. The give to the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Fires left. It's caught. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30. Guys, Jacksonville State has the lead here as we've reached the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Quarterback checking off. On 2nd down, wants to throw. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. 3rd and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. From the gun, wants to pass. The quick out. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Kennesaw State hopes to be wise here in the red zone. Quickly complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Back to the air one more time. Makes the catch. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. He'll do it himself. You don't give a hoot. Kennesaw State does. Touchdown, Owls. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
Guys, we'll get another look at this Kennesaw State offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch. As you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Quarterback checking the play. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Kent. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Offense working from the pistol. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Shakes off the tackler. At the 35, he's open. He's loose. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Owls! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. After not really playing their best earlier this season, people said, this team is bad. Now they won 3 in a row. This team is good. People are fickle.
Yeah, and we're probably the ones who were saying that a little bit, Reese, because they were struggling. It didn't look like they knew who they were, and they didn't have the momentum going. But now they definitely got it together, Jesse, and they look like a different team.
They sure do, David. We know teams get better or they get worse over the course of a season. This team right now, completely different. Almost the polar opposite than what we saw earlier this year. And I'll tell you, look at their schedule and who they've got left. Those teams better be careful. This team is coming for them.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Glad to have you with us from Las Cruces, New Mexico, and Aggie Memorial Stadium, home of the New Mexico State Aggies, and we have a showdown coming up in the land of enchantment. And this is the kind of game college football fans love, because they don't have to wait for the weekend for this Conference USA showdown. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Kennesaw State Owls, taking on the New Mexico State Aggies. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis. David.